Let's fucking do it. You hear the people cheering? You hear it? You hear it? I made it. 10 episodes from the Glass City, bitch. It's Mike Flamez. What's going on? Let the crowd cheer for me one more time, man. Let's not waste that, man. God damn it, that's 10 episodes. What's going on, people? I'm celebrating a little bit early today, man. It's a self accomplishment, man. Self goals completed. Wasn't simple. I'll say it was fairly easy as far as the talent is in me, but it takes a lot of coordination as far as people helping me put this together. Shout out Ben from the beginning, Jordan now, and just everyone giving me feedback, good and bad. I appreciate it 100%. 10 episodes. I'm proud of myself. That's me, proud of myself. So I got a little shot in here. I'm not going to say what it is because it's not my choice to drink, but it's what I got in the house. So it's terrible. It's terrible. Binky's up too. I know you've seen that. Anyway, so look. I had some shit planned, and as usual, my plan is always alternating because I'm an artist and my mind doesn't always agree with itself later on. So I'm just going to tell you about my morning because I think it's important. It's a good way to start this episode. So this morning, I had something I was working on, and I was supposed to get some money out of a situation that I had been working on, and it didn't go my way. Had me heated, right? I was texting my cameraman. I was like, man, dude, was just venting, not, just telling him what the fuck is going on. He was like, man, I feel you, I'm about to get it together, and, I'll be over there in a little bit. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just mad as fuck, right? Because I missed out on this money, and I was like, this is money, I want the money. But it didn't happen, and I was sitting there sulking, just pissed off, and I wasted like probably an hour just sitting there being mad. And realistically, there's nothing I could fucking do about it. You know what I mean? There's nothing I could do about it. So I just kept sitting there, and I was like, I told, and Jordan was like, yo, if you want to just do it tomorrow, if that works better, we could do it tomorrow. I understand your morning wasn't, didn't go the way you wanted it to, or however the fuck he said it. And then I just sat there for like 10 minutes. I was like, yeah, man, I'm kind of pissed off. Maybe we should just do it tomorrow. And then the voice just popped up in my head, and I'm like, you blew it. So what? Shit don't go my way. So I'm just going to, delay the process. This is the 10th episode. We had a plan. We had to stick to the format, and things aren't going to, see what I'm saying? Nothing goes right. But we got to do it, though. We got to try. You know what I mean? We got to try. And so I was like, you know what, man? Just fucking come over. You know what I'm saying? Let's do fucking episode 10 and, push through the bad mood. I'm still kind of pissed off. I'm not going to lie, but there's nothing I could do about it. And, maybe after I do this episode, I'll be in a better mood. So it's a message to you and you and you and you and you and you and all you motherfuckers watching the show. Shitty shit's gonna happen. Just make sure you finish your day. Don't do what I was about to do and sit there and sulk like a little girl. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be like just sitting there acting like a little mitch just because I didn't have it my way. And then it would have... You blew it! Echoes in my head, echoes in my brain. That's not a good idea. So what I'm going to talk about today, this is going to be a little shorter episode because I want to more so talk about me a little bit. What I do when I say is... I started this show because people have been asking me lots of questions. Excuse me, let me give you some dialogue. People have been asking me a lot of questions, right? People are always asking me questions, which I never have a problem with. You know what I mean? Even the dumb ones, because sometimes you just need those answers. Never feel bad to ask a question, even if it's a dumb one, because, hey, you want to know. it is what it is. I might look at you like, what the fuck you asking me that for? But at least you know, kill your curiosity, man. Fuck it. It's knowledge, you know, obtain it if that's what you want. People ask me lots of questions, you know, from my music to my battles to just the shit that I say, the type of person I am. So I posted on my Facebook, like me on Facebook or add me on Facebook, like my page and all that. I told people I'm going to answer a bunch of questions. So post some questions and I'm going to go through some of the questions that people have already asked me. I got some here on paper. I'm going to shout some people out that commented on that stat. One thing that I want to say why I'm doing this show, though. I don't know if I ever explained that in the past episodes. If I did, I didn't have a good as understanding of it as I do now. So what I'm going to say now matters more. The reason why I'm doing it is because I'm a very opinionated person. And I consider myself intelligent. And I consider myself to have some things that to say that a lot of people want to say but won't say. So I would express my feelings on social media, and I would, you know, do what everybody does. Just typing away, just being foolish, you know what I mean? When I'm saying being foolish is when you get caught up in it. You know, say what you had to say, because I don't think nothing's wrong with that. But, you know, just don't be arguing with motherfuckers. And especially don't argue with people that don't like you or are clearly just going against what you're saying and aren't even trying to understand your position. They're not even having a constructive discussion. They're not trying to understand. They're mainly just trying to argue with you. And those type of people, I got to get away from. But realistically, I'm the main problem of that. You know what I'm saying? I could say, well, it's because this person's stupid and this person's a loser and this motherfucker's not listening and this and this and that. And then I'm stressed the fuck out. And that person goes to work and gets their paycheck and does whatever the fuck they do that makes their day happy. And I'm sitting there salty about what? About a motherfucker that probably don't give a fuck if I'm doing good or bad. Probably don't give a fuck about me at all. But I'm over there stressed out over something that somebody else said. And I think in our... I'm not going to use the word generation. That was the wrong word. I was about to say generation. But in these times that we're living in, the social media being so important, you know, people are going to Facebook before they're checking the weather. People are going to Twitter before they're even seeing what's going on at work today or whatever they got going on. You know, this the first thing that people are doing. And I am such a victim of that. Victim's the wrong word again. I'm trying to take responsibility for my actions. I'm not a victim. I choose to be a victim. I choose to consume myself in that negative energy. So the reason, back to the question, after that drawn out long fucking whatever the fuck that was, what I'm trying to say is I decided instead of debating with people on current events and politics, sports, music, and having keyboard wars, on my phone or on my laptop or whatever, I'm just going to talk about them on a show. Because I feel like sometimes when I say things, people don't know that I'm laughing. People don't know if I'm smiling. People don't know the tone in my voice. They're only reading text. So people interpret that however they want to interpret that. Which is just like I told my cameraman, I tell a lot of people, when I do business, I like to sit down, I like to talk. We could even talk on the phone once we have a understanding of each other. But I really don't like to discuss business too much or anything serious over text because I always kind of come off like an asshole. I'll admit it. Like, that's just how I talk. But if you seeing me, you just know that's just Mike being Mike. That's just me being who I am. And I don't want people to get the wrong idea like I'm just some prick. Like I'm just this big fucking shitty ass person who doesn't have no kind of sense and just has one way of thinking and blah, blah, blah. There's much more to me. You know, getting popular from battle rap, you know, people automatically assume I'm just an asshole. And a lot of my music is aggressive and cocky. And it's, you know, I have a lot of my opinions in there. So people, they're quick to make judgments. You know what I mean? And I open myself to that. Let's be clear. I'm not complaining about that. I open myself to that. You know, when you put yourself in the entertainment field, you're opening yourself to be judged. And I've been okay with that for 15 years now. I put out my first CD when I was 15. and it's not easy. It's not easy to deal with. I'm not gonna lie to you like it's something I got such a good grip on, because I fucking don't. I'm human just like you, and I'm not rich. I'm making it work how I can make it work, but I am successful in my own lane. In my city, I'm known as one of the best to do it. So to some, that's not true. To others, some that's debatable. Well, ask the people who also get that said about them, the people that you think are the best at what they do, and ask them if they've ever heard of me. If they've at least heard of me, I'm doing the first thing right. And if they vouching for me or giving me my respect, you'll understand why I feel the way I feel. So I decided to do this show to get my opinions out a different way, because I feel like a lot of the conversations that I have just when I'm getting my hair cut or, hanging out with the homies, people, shout out Benji, a lot of other people, my dude, John Phenomenon. Sometimes when they hear me talk, they're like, man, dude, you really, you drop a lot of gems. You say a lot of smart shit, even though I got a lot of cocky, dumb, silly shit involved. But that's who I am. So it's so you could get a better understanding of who I am and how my mind works. So you don't just know me one way. And I invite you into my mind because a lot of my influences have opened me up to their mind. And that's the way that they've helped me become who I am in one way or another. So hopefully I can help you better understand yourself, or better understand some of the things that we're going through based upon my opinion and how you might agree, disagree, whatever, how the fuck you evaluate it. Hopefully you get something out of it. So that's why I'm doing the show. 10 episodes is where I'm at, and I hope my next goal is I'm shooting for 50. My first goal was if I could just get 10 episodes, but now my next goal is 50. And I know that's a lot. But I'm willing to put the work in, and as long as I have people around me that can assist me, cameraman, etc., and just people to give me feedback and seem interested. I don't care if I get a lot of views. I don't care if it's just a small group of people that listen, because I know how that works. When I first started rapping, when I first started battling, everything that I've done as far as the MC, it always started small, and it's always gotten bigger. And it's going to continue to get bigger because I have all the faith in myself. Even when those close to me, they're kind of like, man, Mike, what the fuck are you doing, dog? They're looking at me you blew it! And I have plenty of times. And I get up every time. And this is just another phase of something. I'm not trying to just limit myself to one form of just being a rapper or an MC, a host, whatever I'm capable of. I'm opening my mind up. So I'm going to go to some of these questions that people have asked me, and I'm just going to kind of sporadically cover things that deal with those questions. So I got a question from a girl named Ashley. Shout out Ashley. Corona break. See that? Tastes good, don't it? No, I'm just playing. Ashley asked me, who was your biggest inspiration for starting your music career? What rap artist do you look up to the most? And where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, damn. That's a lot. So let's take it a step at a time. Who was my biggest inspiration for starting my music career? That's a weird question, because I'm going to try to really, for starting my music career, who was my inspiration? For starting it, probably would have to say mostly Eminem, just because, at the time before there were all these successful white rappers, and there's always been successful white rappers, but M was something different. And now, just going, when I start 04, 05, 03, around that area, M was the main one. There was like Paul Wall, Lil White. There was a couple other people. Bubba Sparks had a couple hits, but M was really, the one that was breaking through. So I would say he's one of the main inspirations for starting my music career, because I knew that I realized as a white dude, I'm not like the typical white guy. So that is what I related to, and some of the circumstances that he grew up on, I related to. But who is my biggest inspiration? I would have to say, honestly, it was just people at school, man. My boy Beezy, Chico, Q, and also the people who just gave me that look when I said I could rap. You know, just, oh, you rap. You rap. You know, the motherfuckers, you rap. Yeah, I rap. And kind of like the doubt was a big inspiration, which kind of correlates with what I'm saying about Eminem. He was doubted heavy because of, you know, white dude and et cetera, et cetera. You know, I don't dress the flyest. I don't, whatever. So I would definitely say Eminem, a couple of my close friends, and just people I grew up around. Those would be my biggest inspirations. And Master P. Master P always, because Master P, I feel like, is the definition of self-made in the industry. I always feel like that. Not to take away from anybody else, but what Master P did was amazing. What rap artist do you look up to the most? Again, it's probably Eminem. I don't really look up to people as much as, like, I look for them. I guess that's kind of looking up, like looking for guidance. That's kind of what looking up to is, right? So I guess so. I would say collectively, there's a lot. I'd have to name a lot of people. I would say the more conscious rappers, that goes from everybody on this wall behind me. You know, even though Big and Pac is gone, you know, Cube, M, that's why I got him up there. Wiz is over there. A lot of people just that seem, I'll say all the artists that really seem like their own person, those tend to be the people I look up to most. Because even if I don't really relate to them so much as myself, I relate to being yourself and not being afraid to be yourself. And where do I see myself in 5 years? Well, I see myself doing better than I'm doing now. Let's just keep it at. You know what I mean? And, you know, actually, I'm a much better. I see myself doing much better. James asked me, where do I envision the Mike Show being 5 years from now? Envisioning is a tough word when we're dealing with this type of subject. I would like to be on like Shade 4 or 5 or, you know, any uncensored outlet. That would be a real big goal of mine. That would be phenomenal if I could be that. But if not, just at least get it to the point where it's bigger than I ever could imagine it to be. That's why I was talking about consistency being my goal, because I think anything is possible. So where do I envision it completely? I envision it being way bigger than where it's at right now. I'm not taking away from this because this is everything to me. I love this, everything that's going on in here. But I envision it being a lot bigger. I envision it being a lot more successful. I don't know where it could go. You know, whatever. I envision it being another key down that hallway of locked doors. So some of them doors is locked. Now that I'm making this key, this Mike Flame Show key, one of those doors might open for me now. And then I'm in there. Let's see here. My dude Michael Turnbull. Shout out my dude Turnbull. He makes a lot of beats for me, so of course he would ask a question like this. What is your beat selection process like? What makes a quality beat knock right to you? How do you like using original beats or already known industry beats more? Oh, do you like? Excuse me. Okay, so what is my beat selection like? Honestly, it depends on the mode. But for the average beat selection process is one of these. You know, usually there's a little more drink for the shot. And I usually turn some music on that I vibe with. Which usually ends up either being one or two types of music. It usually is something where somebody's snapping on, And that could be any rapper. It could be, there's 100 rappers just throwing it out there. It's something somebody's snapping on, something that makes me be like, yeah, killing shit. Or something that's turning up completely. So I'll listen to that. I'll catch myself a vibe a little bit, and then I'll cut some beats on. Or sometimes I'll listen to my own music, depending on the mood I'm in. And then I'll play some beats. And I'm real like 10, 15, 20, next. Okay, this one's kind of hot. I'm fucking with it. And then I freestyle to it a little bit. See if I catch something. Next. Didn't really like that. I ain't flow to it the right way, so your beat got shit on just because I wasn't freestyling on point at that moment. Sorry, but it be like that. And I just catch a vibe. I just sit down, I listen to shit until it matches my mood or the mood that I'm trying to create. And then I'll sit down and I'll start fucking with it. Whether I'm freestyling, writing, or just being stupid, sometimes that helps me a lot. Just being stupid and making fun of myself, like shit you see on like Saturday Night Live or some shit like that, like when people are just being dumb. Sometimes that helps. I've got a lot of my best hooks being dumb, believe it or not. What makes a quality beat knock right to you? The answer was in the question. The quality. One of my homeboys, I'm not gonna say his name, he watches the show. He sent me some beats. He's on the right path, but it's not the right quality. And in 2018, if your beats ain't got quality, I don't want to hear them. For real. Now it's cool if you just whipping it up in front of me. That's different. If you over here like, you blew it. That was the wrong button hit. I always fuck that up, man. But I'm just saying, if you just over here hitting buttons and you creating, I'm down to vibe with you. But if you sending me something and it's not at least decently mixed, I'm instantly trashing it. So that's the main thing that I look for is it up to quality level? Instantly. Unless it catches me. So I'm either looking for the I use my neck and my headpiece because sometimes my ears won't even agree. But if you can get me going like this without me even really, thinking about it and I'm just already doing it, that's a good sign. So that's quality audio and just the natural like to it. That'll be the main thing. And then do I like using original beats or already known industry beats more? I like using original beats more because I can create an original idea, and I'm an MC. I'm a hip hop artist, and I'm a firm believer on what the culture was kind of brought up on. Not kind of, what it was brought up on was being original as you can be. So I like being original. But don't get me wrong. Sometimes I can have a lot of fun doing industry. Okay, let's put it like this in terms people can understand. Like original beats is like playing in the NBA to me. So what do you mean by that? Well, when I'm on the industry beats, it's like and one. It's like the all-star event. It's when I get to show my tricks. It's when I get to have fun. When I just get to, bitch, you know what I do? Yeah. Like that. You know what I mean? So definitely like original beats more, but I like rapping to industry beats because it allows me to have fun and just, that's it, man. It's fun. It's kind of like, at least a person like me, because I've made a lot of songs. So it's kind of like it's like a fun exhibition game, man. Let's see what else we got here. Shout out Austin. He said, did you have any other rap names you went by other than Mike Flamez when you started? And what was the process making your first album? Okay, for the first question, did I have any other rap names you went by other than Mike Flamez? Yeah. The first one was terrible. The first one was White Dragon. Because I like Mortal Kombat, and then I was just, young boy. That was probably like 11 or 12. I actually thought I was going to call myself White Dragon. That would have been awesome, right? I mean, shit with a flow like I got, I could make it work, but that was my first one. And then I originally just called myself Flame. because I had blew some shit up, and then I got made fun of for it, and just kind of stuck. And then I rocked with Flame for a while, just Flame, like no Z. Then a Christian rapper is actually named Flame, and is very successful. And I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna be able to use this. And then somewhere around 18 years old, I just changed it to Mike Flames, put my personal spin on it because I'm still me. I'm still Mike. My name is Michael. So I changed it to Mike Flames. Put the Z on the end because it seemed cooler to me. That's why. Kind of sucks because there's like a million motherfuckers out there named Flames, man. If you Google like the last name, like there's Cold Flames, there's so many motherfuckers named Flames. But I am me. And that's just what it is. But yeah, White Dragon was my first rapper name, and that would have been fucking terrible. That would have been bad. What was the process on making your first album? Funny story, actually. Okay, so it's kind of cool story. I hope I ain't never tell it to y'all yet. But okay, so I kind of rapped. I was fucking rapping in the hallways sometimes, barely ever, but not really. When I was like 12, 13 years old. I ended up rapping at DeVoe. That's the junior high I went to. Shout out to everybody who went to DeVoe, you know what I mean? I performed, and it was dope. I rapped to the Wanksta beat, 50 Cent. Shout out 50. And we had fun, man. And then, but from there, I just didn't really know if it was for me. You know, I wasn't as strong personality-wise. So I was out there trying to get some money. I was knocking doors at like 14 years old, trying to shovel snow. I'm from Ohio, so that makes sense. If you're from the Midwest, you understand snow is money in both forms, drugs and the legal form. Snow is money. So I was knocking doors, going around. I had a snow blower, and I had a motherfucking shovel. I was just out there hustling, trying to get money. I stopped at the carry out to get a motherfucking Arizona or something, and just, you know, pit stop. Hey, all right, I just made $20. Let me spend $5 on dumb shit, stupid shit like that. That's probably what was going on. I can't even remember. Maybe I did it smart. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, what I'm getting to is I ended up meeting a guy there that he was like, hey, will you go shovel that sidewalk in front of that building right there for me? I'll give you $20. And I looked like, just right there? He was like, yeah, just right there. I just don't feel like fucking with it. I don't want to fuck with it. I was like, well, hell yeah, $20. I'm there. So I went across the street, shoveled the snow. He was like, hey, man, you like music? I was like, yeah, of course, love music. He's like, oh, this is a recording studio. Come inside. You want some hot chocolate or something? I was like, yeah, sure. He was a goofy looking motherfucker too. I was like, but I would scrape him if I had to. So I went inside. I wanted the cocoa for real. It's cold as fuck. It was one of them real cold, snowy days. So we came inside, and it was a whole fucking recording studio. I mean, like a booth, not like even like a house studio. Like it was legit. Multiple keyboards. I didn't know what the fuck I was like, oh my God. You know, the Kevin Hart voice came out, like, oh my God. And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow, this shit is fucking amazing. And he was like, he started just fucking with the keyboard and making beats and blah, blah, blah. And long story short, man, we ended up getting cool. It's actually DJ Zeke. Shout out DJ Zeke. And I started recording and made my first project, which was all original beats on my first project. I was 15 years old when it came out. I'm 29 now. So, yeah, that's... what was the question? Because I kind of don't even remember now. What was the process making my first album? Honestly, man, it was just... I was just so with it. He was giving me the beats, and I was just doing whatever I could because I felt like I was coming into being an all-star early. My mind was like, I'm so cool. So I was just, all the beats that he gave me that he made and I liked, I rapped to him, went in there and dropped them, fucking pressed it up, took the shit to high school. That's what it was. Just, honestly, wasn't a whole lot of thought that went into it. That's just how it happened. Let's see, more questions. Peyton said... What is your why? What makes you wake up and do what you do? Where do you want to be in 5 years, and who inspired you? So I kind of already went over the inspirations, and those it's kind of still the same answer. hip hop in general inspired me. My family inspires me because I want better for them, and I also want them to. They're always gonna stick up for me, even when they might not want to, and I want to make it easy to stick up for me. So that's an inspiration for myself. I don't want them to have to, pull crazy shit out their back pocket. I want them to be able to talk highly of me and me match what they're saying. So that's always been an inspiration to me. What is my why? I think you're asking me like, why do I do what I do? Because it's fucking in me. Because when I'm not doing my why, I'm dying inside. Something's wrong. Like I'm suffering. Like I haven't put out a CD in almost 2 years. I've recorded a lot, but it kills me. It kills me on the inside. Not for nothing other than I know what I'm capable and I know why I was put here. And to take it a step further, I know why I'm still here for a reason. And the reason is this: I think I'm meant to entertain. I think I'm meant to take what I was blessed with, my talents, and flex them. You know what I mean? That's my why. Is a lot of people don't have a why, and I do have a why. So that's my why in itself is I got it, use it. A lot of people don't know what that is, and I do know what it is. I've known what it is for a long time. You know what I mean? My moods make me active and not active, lazy to overly grinding. But that's nor here nor there. That is my why. It's because I know what I got, and I know who I want to make happy. Everyone who's believed in me since the start. And I want to make those motherfuckers, all them people who stuck up for me when I wasn't that tight, when I was young and still fucking with me, still sticking up for me. I want to make those motherfuckers right as hell. So shout out to everybody that, you know what I mean? Because you are my why. People are my why. It's not just me. It's the homies I have that's gone. A lot of opportunities that I've been blessed with, and just this is who I am. This is not a game. This is not who I wanted to be. Let's be clear. I didn't want to be a rapper like when I was a young dude, like, and I thought about it and I had all these experiences. No, it was around me, and I got to the studio and it became who I am. And this is who I am. What makes me wake up and do what I do? Same shit. It's almost the same answer, Peyton. Same shit. Also, I got cystic fibrosis, so that's also another fight that I'm fighting. And I know a lot of people aren't as fortunate as me. A lot of people don't know how to take care of themselves properly. I don't know how to properly do it either, because there's no correct manual on it, because nobody got a pinpoint on it. But that's also another thing that keeps me going. Because get the fuck up. For real. I don't know how else to say it. You got 100 things to fucking be upset about. And so do I. But get up. Period. Because nobody gives a fuck. At the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck if you in your room crying like a little bitch. For real. Some people say they do. Some people might really do care. But the point is, if you don't care enough to get up off your ass, doesn't matter. You gotta care. And so that's a big thing that makes me wake up, is taking responsibility for me caring about what the fuck I got going on. Where do I want to be in 5 years? Rich, balling, stacking, getting to it, just being financially able to help the people around me, and to help these great ideas that the people that I do care about me, the great ideas that we have come up, to be able to invest and be able to be able to build, create, and believe in ourselves and become our own business. So where do I want to be in 5 years? I want to be part owner in multiple businesses. I want to be the owner and partner of multiple situations that could be lucrative, and not only lucrative, but beneficial to me mentally and my pocket. That's where I want to be in 5 years. I want to be the fucking man to the people who care about me. I want them to be able to call me and me be able to help them, not because they need help, but because I can provide help. They know if they got a good idea and they really got something together, call your boy and let's capitalize. So that has a lot to do with it. Let's see. And, who inspired you? Same thing. Same shit. Culture, hip hop, close friends, family, motherfuckers who believe me, motherfuckers who couldn't stand me. Motherfuckers who couldn't stand me don't get enough credit because y'all motherfuckers made me sick at night. Those was the motherfuckers that had me recording 5 tracks and like, oh no, I'm gonna do 6. Cause fuck you. For real. Let's see what else. What we looking at time? Time we oh yeah, we good. Corona break. He clapping. Listen. I don't want to make him feel by himself, you know what I mean? Have everybody clapping. You know, it's the 10th episode, motherfuckers. It's all about me, Mike Flame Show. Hello. Bitch. But yeah, okay, so Andre said, this is a question I know a lot of people, I was kind of holding this. What's up with your battle career? And what's your favorite battle that you've been to, a favorite battle that you had? Okay. I'm going to try to keep this super short because I'll talk for a whole episode. What's up with my battle career? My battle career, let me explain to you why it started. And I like this though, because this is all kind of going together. You know, you see it's kind of mixing in. I didn't mean to hit the you blew it. Hit a bomb, restart that. What's going on with my battle career? Okay, my battle career was never a career, okay? My battle career was never a career, okay? Because when I started battling, it wasn't about a career in battling. It was about, I'm better than you, and I'm better than all y'all. That's all it was about. If I could get money out of it, cool. I just wanted everybody to know in the room, there was nobody that could rap better than me at all. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree then. You don't have to agree now or any time in between. I don't give a fuck. That's my mind state when I first started battling. And I really felt like that. And there were people, I'm not going to say names, but there were people that I've battled that I know is really, really talented. And in certain moments might be a better rapper than me. But I always felt like I was the best. So that's why I started battling. People didn't want to give me my credit. People didn't want to give me my credit for battling. Back when I started battling, that's when like Houston was running the game. It was 04, 05, 06, 07, that stretch. You know, with the snap music and the Real Flossy Houston movement. And a lot of motherfuckers wasn't really hearing bars like that. But I was always into like watching Smack battles and Smack DVD. And I watched WRC. I watched Fight Club. I was into all that. And a couple of my close friends at the time, we always would go at it. We'll turn beats on and we'll go at it for hours. And I'm telling you right now, my best battles that I have personally ain't even on camera. Because they was probably at the crib with some of the people that know me closest. And I'm not even going to get into why that makes sense. Because you'll just have to be there. I couldn't even... Because you don't know who they are. You don't know their talent. You're just like, oh, you're just saying that. Because no, I'm telling you. Like, it used to be real heated. Like, motherfuckers throw weed on the table. We'd get a case. We'd turn the beats on. It'd be three, four motherfucking hours in a row, 8 Mile style. You's a bitch. You know what I mean? And it would just be going at it. So when my career, battle career, I didn't have a battle career. It wasn't about a career to me. It was about a point that I was proving. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because I proved that point to myself. I went from battling in a bedroom where 8 people are in. There's no business 8 people should even be in there because it's too fucking small. Killing all them. To going to the park, killing motherfuckers up there, winning bread, having crowds as small as, you know, just a couple homies, you know, just a nice group of people to, oh my God, I can't believe that many people's here. Then to getting a message, getting into grind time, and being on camera and being in a league and being able to be paid and make some money and be out of state and out of city with it and coming from a place like Toledo where don't nobody really give a fuck about us. I mean, they don't even bring up our, they'd say Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Columbus when they talk about Ohio. They're never referencing Toledo because we don't have no professional sport teams. So that has a lot to do with it. And I just felt big as fuck. And as the time went on, I started caring less and less because battle career, it became less about who was the best, and it became more of views. It became more of, it was just, it just became more like wrestling. And I'm not knocking because I love where battle rap is at, and I'm happy for what battle rap has become. Just me personally, I didn't want it as bad anymore. I didn't care because I knew in my head, even if people are going to agree with me, I know I can beat these motherfuckers. And I fucked up so much when I was in my grind time days, just not properly preparing, and basically dropped me down in my value as far as where I was placed. And then I just kind of stopped caring because I don't want to battle people I know I'm going to flat out wash. And then some people passed away close to me. I had a battle where that got brought up. And that's not what it was about, man. You always had personals. But when, dead homies get brought up and shit like that, I'm not making those big checks that, some of these upper class battle people, shout out to them, and I'm not knocking them. Maybe if I was getting a couple bands for battles, I could put up with people talking about my dead homies or really personal shit. But that's not what battles were about when I first started. So that battle, when someone brought that up, that battle ended up not even getting finished. That dude ran out the building in the middle of the battle. Left his homies on stage. The battle didn't even get finished. And it was kind of then in that moment I knew, like, man, you know what? Like, at what cost am I doing this for? You know what I mean? Like, because it wasn't about the money at that point. I wasn't really going to make much money off of that. Nothing even worth talking about. And then I had another battle a couple years ago that ended up turning into a brawl. And a lot of people get emotionally invested in my life because they care about me. And I respect that. But realistically, I don't want to be battling people, for one, that ain't real battlers, that don't pursue themselves. Okay? And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of people that just want to battle Mike Flamez. And I've never actually felt like I just want to battle that person. I've never felt like that. Like, there's people I want to battle, but I'm never just like, you. And I'm so focused on you, and I'm just going to keep trying to battle you for a long period of time. Like, I'll throw my shots, and if it don't happen, then it don't happen. But as far as my battle career goes, I'm not retired. I'll still choose somebody's face off if the fucking opportunity presents itself. But my battle career, I don't like saying, I don't even like talking about that because we wasn't calling these careers. This is something that we did to prove our point, whatever your point was. My point was I'm better than you. I've had, I had Bizarre from D12 pick me up in my motherfucking house before grind time was really cracking. Took me up to Detroit. I experienced a lot of things that people really didn't, I had a lot of things that happened to me, man. And I battled to be validated in one way or another. Whether it was to be accepted by you or accepted by people that were watching me. And I got enough acceptance to where I gained true confidence in myself. So I don't give a fuck if anybody thinks they can beat me. Because I know they can't. And even if they did, I still know I'm the shit. So my mind just, unfortunately, it became a business. It's not unfortunate. It's unfortunately because our values have changed as battle rappers. It's more about the bag and what you can get out of it versus crushing your opponent. So as far as my battle rap career goes, I'm always down if the situation makes sense. Let's keep it like that. What was my favorite battle that I was in? I'll say my favorite battle that I ever did was probably my battle with Lund in Atlanta, because I battled in Chicago, then Toronto, and then Atlanta, all within a span of 2 weeks. I can't even remember the order, but I just overwhelmed myself and signed up for a bunch of shit that I didn't mean to do. And when I got there, I realized that I didn't remember nothing that I prepared. And if you follow my battle rap career, I did that a lot. I didn't properly prepare. So I lost a lot of battles because of that. I was young and stupid, not realizing the opportunities or what battle rap was going to turn into. Not knowing the opportunities that were at hand. So that battle, I was like, man, you know what? I'm a freestyle dog. You know, there's a couple battles out there where it looks like I can't freestyle. It's because I wasn't in my freestyle bag. And I realized in that moment, you know what? You don't remember none of this shit. Don't even try. As soon as you can't remember, just get it off the top. And we had a lot of fun, man. And I killed him, but he had fun. It was a good time, man. And I liked it because I proved to myself in that moment, I'm by myself with one friend. Well, actually, he had his girl. But I was with one homie in Atlanta, Georgia, in a room full of people. And I maxed out my freestyle. And I showed a whole crowd that thought I was probably going to get killed, that I got it in my back pocket like, blow. You didn't expect that at all. And he was cool, and we had fun after we all went, drank, got food. And, man, it was just, I think that was my most fun because it was in that moment I was like, man, you know what? There's nobody where I'm from that can tell me otherwise about myself. You can have your opinion. We're all entitled to those, but you can't tell me because you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it felt in that era. You don't know because now it's a different conversation because what battle rap has become. But in those moments, my dude, that's all I heard. Period. All right, it's getting there. Let's see. Ernie asked me, how did I link up with King Crooked? Shout out Crooked Eye. M80, the homie M80 got me cool with Crooked. He does work with him. He does business with him. Introduced us. I hosted one of his shows a couple years ago. I don't know if I just had the pleasure of hanging out with him through doing some events. Real cool dude. Yeah. Shout out M80 because I wouldn't know King Crooked if it wasn't for M80. So shout out the homie. That's how I know him. Shout out King Crooked, COB, Horseshoe Gang, Slaughterhouse. If Joe Budden's still doing that or not, whatever the fuck, I don't care. I fuck with all those guys. I've met them all too. I've met Crooked. I've met Joel. Met Royce. I haven't met Budden, so I just lied. You blew it! I haven't met Joe Budden. I just blew that completely. But that's because I'm thinking he's out of Slaughterhouse. He's retired. But that's a whole nother conversation. And for the last question, let's get this wrapped up. Scotty asked me, how much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Question of the day. I got the answer. However much he fucking wants. Bang. I just stopped history with that. That's how much wood a woodchuck. I can't even say it. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck blew it? You blew it! As much as he wants, man. As much as he fucking wants. What the fuck else what does he got to do? That's probably his job. So depending on if that's paying his bills or building his house, shit may be a lot. It depends on the motivation of that woodchuck. It depends on how his teeth feel that day. It depends on if he's tired. So my answer is however the fuck he wants. Shout out all the woodchucks out there chucking wood as much as they want to. And for the final segment of the show, and that's period, I'm going to keep this short, man. I'm going to keep it real short. Period. Don't let anybody close to you tell you what is bad for you to do if you really believe in it. Listen to the people that's close to you. Period. Listen to the people who care about you. Period. Even the ones who don't understand what you're going through, I want you to listen to them. Period. But don't let that change your opinion. If something is beating in your chest and there's something that you want to do with yourself and nobody really understands, but you in your mind and in your heart, you keep coming back to it, go for that shit. Period. Go for that shit. The reason why I'm going to say is because there's nothing in life I think is worse than regret. Nothing. I don't. And I know a lot of people, now that I'm getting older and I'm knocking on 30, can't even believe it. But a lot of people regret things. And this is really a shout out to the young people. Believe in yourself as much as it feels like something's knocking. Something up here or in here, just keep saying it. Even if it's not making sense with what everything is going on, unless it's like drugs or something, unless it's telling you like, oh yeah, go do this, go snort some dope, go do this. Don't do that. That voice is terrible. We just shot him. I'm talking about anything that have to do with you being creative. Even if it's you want to be a painter, you want to own a business, you want to fucking play a guitar, whatever the fuck it is. Do that shit. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise until you put yourself through that test to where you say, I actually tried. Until you actually try whatever's beating in your mind and beating in your chest, nobody knows the answer because you don't know what you're capable of until you try it. Period. Swear to God, telling you. You looking at a dude who used to be afraid to like even say a line or two. I got 200 plus songs. I've battled all over the country. I've did fucking hundreds of shows. I've met some of my favorite rappers. I've met so many famous people. I would have never, ever thought I've come this far. Some people going to be like, oh, yeah, well, you didn't do this. You didn't. No, look, I'm telling you, I actually am content with myself. And I'm glad that I pushed myself when everyone didn't think I should. And shit would be whack as fuck if I didn't, man. So pursue yourself. Period. Answer them questions in your mind and in your heart. People can't answer them for you. You can talk about it all you want, but you have to do it yourself. So believe in yourself. Try all them things you want to do. I know I'm repeating myself, but make sure you do because it's very fucking important. This was episode 10. I'm going to kill this Corona break. Last City, bitch. Mike Flamez, episode 10. Share this. Follow me on social media. Subscribe to the channel. If you ain't fucking with it. Period.